Hi, and welcome to Flagstaff, where I just arrived today with my family to spend the weekend up here. It's beautiful out here, and I thought I'd do my little song out here today. Today is Maundy Thursday, which is hard because I was supposed to be doing a cantata with our choir at church, and it was about the Last Supper, and we were going to use Da Vinci's Last Supper painting as kind of a backdrop, and had some actors lined up to play the parts of the disciples, but we'll do it again next year. Maundy Thursday. Some people don't acknowledge it or celebrate it, but Maundy comes from the Latin word mandatum, or commandment, or mandate would be the English word. This is the day when Jesus celebrated his final Passover with his disciples. And this is also when Jesus washed their feet, and then commanded them to do the same for each other. And he also said in the famous passage, John 13:34, "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another just as I have loved you. You are to love one another." By observing Maundy Thursday, we are obeying Christ's new command to love, especially those who deserve it least. Maundy Thursday does have a dark side. It is when Jesus foretells his death, and it marks an act of betrayal. I was looking at some songs I could do for Maundy Thursday because there aren't too many. There's any communion song would work, but I wanted to focus on something that actually talked about the day Maundy Thursday and what happened on that night, instead of focusing on the cross, because that's coming tomorrow for Good Friday, as David Joint, my pastor, says, the Friday that we dare to call good, which I love that. Anyways, I found this one song called An Upper Room with Evening Lamps. The tune is Eventide, which is Abide with Me, which are the regular words that we know. William H. Monk wrote the tune in about 10 minutes, which is interesting. The text is by Timothy Dudley Smith, who is still living today. He was born in 1926. He always wrote comic verse, which focuses on the wayward sound. Comic verse is often used to play with language, and it involves a lot of wordplay. There are no fixed rules for rhyme or rhythm, but the primary purpose of this type of verse is to sound good read aloud and to amuse your reader. So he didn't actually start to write hymns until probably the 1960s. He began to write hymn text. So this is a little tune, An Upper Room with Evening Lamps. An upper room with evening lamps ashine, the 12 disciples and the table spread. Now in our turn Christ bids us pour the wine, and in remembrance bless and break the bread. We see by faith upon the cross displayed his body broken and his blood outpoured in that dread robe of majesty arrayed. We gaze in worship on the dying Lord. Dead for our sins, yet reigning new above, still to our hearts we find his presence given. Take for ourselves the pledges of his love, foretaste and token of that feast in heaven. So send us out to love and serve and praise, filled with his Spirit, as the Master said, love, joy, and peace, the wine of all our days. Christ and our true and living bread. So take this evening to think about what Christ did that night in his Last Supper with his disciples. And think about how we can love one another and we can be Christ-like in what he commanded us. Happy Holy Thursday, and I'll see you tomorrow on Good Friday.